going on, everyone? It's UFC 312 fight week, which means we need to talk about the main event. And in my opinion, this is the only notable fight to talk about on the card. Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis, the rematch. I'm super excited for this fight because their first fight was amazing. It was a back and forth war. Both guys had their moments, and in the end, it came to a decision that I thought was the correct one. But on the night, a lot of people had Strickland winning, which is why it makes this rematch so much more exciting, because the first fight was extremely close and was divided amongst fans. Let's take a look at what both these guys have done since their first fight. Dricus du Plessis, of course, had one title defense in between, and that was against Israel Adesanya. A fight where he had his moments, he obviously got the finish, but for some parts of that fight, Israel was winning and looking like the better fighter. But we know how DDP is at this point. He makes it scrappy, he makes it ugly, and in the end, he gets his hand raised. And that's exactly what happened against Adesanya. Strickland, on the other hand, also had one fight in between their last outing, and that was against Paulo Costa, where he picked up the win, but it was a somewhat lackluster, boring performance and didn't really impress anybody too much. Because Paulo Costa's kind of turned into this punching bag of the middleweight division where kind of everybody wins against him. But a win's a win, and that's earned Sean this rematch versus Dricus. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have booked this fight. I probably would have just waited maybe a little bit longer and booked the Khamzat Chimaev fight, because we know that's who's waiting in the wings. But whatever, this fight is happening, and I still think it's going to be a good one. We know what Strickland's about now. It's jab, jab, teep, rinse and repeat. That's kind of what he's known for, and that's pretty much what his style is. There's not much to it. He's a very good boxer who implements kicks occasionally, and it honestly helps him win a lot of his fights. And we noticed how effective his style was when he fought Israel Adesanya, because he completely walked Izzy down and arguably won that fight 5-0 or 4-1. And that style is always going to work against lengthy kickboxers, because they're always comfortable to be at a distance and not in tight, and that's exactly what Sean looks to do. But when you fight more unconventional strikers like a Dricus du Plessis, that style tends to not be as effective. And that's because it's a very pressure-based style. It's based on Sean getting in your face, hitting you as much as he can, and swamping you and overwhelming you. But DDP loves to do that as well. He's a big pressure guy. He's always on the front foot, and he's always bringing the fight to his opponent, which is why he found so much success against Sean in that first fight. Obviously, I don't think much has changed between the two fighters since their last time out, because that fight was pretty much a year ago, and really, not that much is going to change. But if I had to say someone's improved more, it's definitely going to be Dricus du Plessis. I mean, he's a champion. He just finished Israel Adesanya while Sean took him to the judges' scorecards, and also, it seems like DDP's evolving more and more every time you see him fight. And Strickland doesn't seem like the guy that's going to change his ways. He's going to stay to what he knows, and he's going to try and do the same thing, because in his head, he won that first fight, so he doesn't think he has to do many things differently. So how do I see this one actually playing out? Well, I think Dricus du Plessis is going to come in with a bit of a different game plan. I think he's going to use his kicks a lot more, because that's what you need to do to slow down a guy like Sean. Kick at his legs, kick at his body, and slow him down. I also think we're going to see a lot more grappling from Dricus. Dricus was able to take Sean down 2 or 3 times in their first fight, and I think if he can implement his grappling much earlier in this one, he's going to find a lot more success. But in my opinion, Sean didn't do enough in that first fight, and him coming into this fight with the exact same mentality and the exact same game plan isn't going to be good for him. I think Dricus is going to overwhelm him. I think he's going to take him down multiple times. I think he's going to find success on the feet, because a lot of people slack off Dricus' striking, but it's still very effective. It's hurt a lot of guys, like an Israel Adesanya, like a Robert Whittaker. He can do the same to Strickland. I do think the grappling is going to be the main changing point in this fight. I think if Dricus does shoot a lot more, does land a lot more takedowns, and he's able to wear Sean down, I could see him picking up a late submission in the 4th or 5th round, just like he did to Adesanya. If Dricus doesn't grapple as much and decides to strike, it's going to be a much closer fight, but I'm ultimately still going to favor Dricus, because I think he'll land more, I think he has more power, and his shots are just going to be more effective. So pretty much what I'm saying is I have Dricus du Plessis winning this fight pretty much either way. My official prediction is going to be DDP to win via submission in the 4th or 5th round. I could really see him wearing Sean down and then just picking up a late submission. There you guys have it though. That's my official prediction for the main event for UFC 312. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you have winning? Do you have Dricus or do you have Sean? Let me know down below. let's discuss. Thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some of the other UFC 312 content on the channel. I'll see you all in the next one.